How can the story of a young kung fu fighter inspire you to be more creative with your music? Stay tuned and find out. Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Robert Manigault, your passionate producer, and each week I like to introduce a video that inspires you to create and release your music. Why? Because the world needs your music. Why, you might ask? Because it hasn't heard from you. It's heard from everyone else, and it's heard from a lot of people trying to sound like everybody else. The world needs your music. This week, I want to inspire you to be creative by telling you a story about a young kung fu fighter, okay? All right, grab some popcorn, grab a Coke, and listen up. A long time ago, in a fiefdom controlled by a kung fu master, lived a young kung fu apprentice. Ever since he was a young boy, his one dream was to become the greatest kung fu fighter ever. Unfortunately, his father died when he was just a young lad, and so he didn't get to know his father or much about him. As he grew older, he learned various kung fu techniques. He learned fighting tactics, and he learned this because he discovered a book that his father had left. Turns out his father too was a kung fu master. Now back then, every fighting style and every position had a number. And so he learned all the kung fu techniques that his father knew. Unfortunately, a lot of the pages in the books were missing. And so he wanted to complete the book. What he did, he decided to make up a few to plug in the spaces so that he would have a complete book. And so now you had a book that was written by him and his father. He later learned that his father did not die accidentally. In fact, the kung fu master had his father killed because the master was threatened by his father. The kung fu master feared that the young lad's father was an even greater kung fu fighter than he was, and that's why the kung fu master had the young lad's father killed. When the young lad learned that, he decided he's going to avenge his father. And he learned more and more and more and came up with his different fighting techniques to plug in the spaces in the book and to add some more to the book. Well, the day came when he confronted the Kung Fu master. Now, the Kung Fu master had heard of this young lad, and he heard this young lad is getting pretty good. So anyway, they met face to face. And the young lad introduced himself and he said, "This is who I am, and you're the one who had my father killed, and I'm going to kill you." And so they fought. And as the young man he threw a punch and a kick, and the Kung Fu master jumped back and laughed. "Ha ha 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 ha! That's Kung Fu style number is 26." And the young lad attacked him again. The Kung Fu master jumped back and laughed. "Ha ha ha! That's Dragon style number 32." Ha ha ha! And this went on, and every time the young lad would attack the Kung Fu master with these various techniques, the Kung Fu master would jump back and laugh. "That's Kung Fu style this, that's Dragon style this, that's Praying Mantis style this." So the young lad thought back to the book that he discovered his father had started and that he completed, and so he started using all the techniques, combine the techniques that he'd come up with the ones that his father came up with, and he attacked the Kung Fu master. The Kung Fu master jumped back in surprise. He says, "What kind of Kung Fu is that?" The young lad laughed. "Ha ha ha, it's my own. I made it up." And he lit into that Kung Fu master, and he defeated him. So what does that story have to do with being creative? Well, being creative musically won't necessarily save your life or help you to avenge your parent who had been attacked and harmed by a Kung Fu master. But it can help you in your music career. And the reason being is because while all the major artists seem to be trying their best to sound like each other, you can be different. And when you come up with something different, people are going to take notice. And this is the message I want to convey to everyone out there who has these musical ideas, but think, I'm not sure that's too good because it doesn't sound like that artist. And again, I want to inspire you to be creative because somebody out there wants to hear your music. I hope you like that story, and I hope it inspires you to create music, unique music that's true to you and your own creativity. I do practice what I preach. I have released music, and I would like for you to check it out. Visit my Spotify profile. The link is below. Also, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, most importantly, please like and share this video and subscribe to this channel. Each week, I will release a video that inspires you to release your music and also offer some instructions on how to do certain things. Until next time, be safe.